Alright, this is going to be a basic, quick rundown instructional video for a camcorder I loaned to a coworker at work, which is an older camcorder. I'll get it to focus. There we go. Canon Vixia HF S100. It's a 2009 camcorder. You can find these used on Amazon now for about $200–300. Reason being, because these only recognize Class 4 and Class 6 SD cards, but there's a way to get this to recognize Class 10 cards as well as have Wi-Fi capability. I discovered this quite by accident. Looking across the outside here, first thing you notice, it has large stereo microphones. Also, you'll notice there's a custom dial here. You can contribute to manual focusing, exposure control, aperture, shutter, priority controls. Switch back here to engage in and out of that, whatever you assign to this button up here, this dial. On your camcorder that I loaned you, mash in on the button, it goes manual focus, and you twist dial to manual focus. Mash the button again, and it goes to instant autofocus. And across the top of the camcorder, you see a pop-up door, which has a video light and a camera flash. Behind that, you'll see proprietary hot shoe, which you can mount Canon's microphones and video lights only, which are ungodly expensive. You have telephoto, wide angle, zoom. Behind that you have photo button for taking stills, power button, green LED to indicate power is on. Back of the camcorder you have photo mode only, video record mode only, the capability to take photos while recording video, which I don't recommend using because it splits the effectiveness of the pixels of the camera. Video and the image quality both suffer, so one or the other. Play, stop button, record, stop button. On the side you have, if I can find the hatch, there it is. You can see we have, the lighting's kind of poor, I know, component out, USB out, HDMI out. Top of the camcorder, you'll notice there's a mic jack for an external microphone, 3.5mm jack. Bottom of the camcorder, you got your traditional 1/4 by 20-inch thread tripod mount, which is all metal. Made in Japan, 2009 camcorder. On the inside, so you can see, this is not touchscreen. You have a joystick for navigating through menu selections and options. Press it, click the select option. Underneath that you have a focus function button. This takes you into deeper menu selections. You have 4 hard keys across the bottom, depending on which mode you're in. Either camcorder mode or video playback mode. Video playback mode, you'll have pause, play, stop, playlist. Camcorder mode, you'll have start, stop, record. If you don't want to use the thumb, start, stop, record. Wide angle zoom out, telephoto zoom in, which works extremely well. I recommend using those if you have this mounted on the tripod. On the inside you have video snap button, transfer the images from the SD card to the Blu-ray DVD burner they sell for this camcorder, which you won't be using that button at all. You have your display battery info. Camcorder is turned off. Whenever you mash this button in, it will display your battery life, which is about 100%. I'll do that one more time because that was just out of focus. There you go. And then, of course, it times out. Of course, and goes back off. Okay. And then back here, you have plug in a wall charger to charge the battery while it's still in the camcorder. You can also use it to power the camcorder with. AV out. This is where you plug in your AV out, plug it up to your TV, RCA jacks, and you can watch your videos and view your still images on your flat screen TV. Turn the camcorder on. You'll notice that the lens protector comes up. Uses Canon Vixia's high definition optics, as you can see. 10 times optical zoom. This little guy down here at the bottom, that is an instant autofocus sensor. 1.8, that's the widest aperture setting, and 58mm threads if you want to mount your own filters or your own lens head. It's 58mm. Turn on the camcorder. Yeah, it's already on. You'll notice the icons on the screen. That's video record only, as you can see. That's all the custom settings that I have set in here, such as more contrast, more color saturation, more brightness on the scene and shooting at, and let's see what else I got turned on there. MXP, that is the highest bit rate, that's 24 megabits per second. As you can see, that little scale underneath moving with my voice, that's the audio indicator, which is a little hot. I'll show you how to manually adjust that in menus. Here, as you can see, pause, stop is green. Now when you see a blinking red dot, that's when it's recording. Underneath that, instant autofocus. You mash the button on the front here, right here. And as you would see, it says manual focus. Now when you spin the dial around, it'll crop in on what it is that you're trying to focus on to help you to achieve better sharp focus. Which, when you stop moving the dial, it'll zoom back out from the crop. Smash that button and get back in autofocus. Instant autofocus, okay. 0, 0, 0. That means there are no videos recorded on the memory card. Memory card, 2 hours and 57 minutes at the highest recording rate. That's plenty of record time. This little hand in parentheses icon, that is image stabilization is on, which is optical image stabilization. PF30. That means progressive frames, 30 frames per second. That is the setting you want to use. Whenever you pause a video, you don't get this weird interlacing ghosting effect that you would if you had it in 60i. It means whenever you pause a video, it's going to be sharp. Of course, this icon, will wind blowing in the microphone, that's telling me that I have both the wind attenuator and the microphone attenuator turned off, because I like to manually set my microphone settings. Mash up on the joystick will take you into quick menu functions. First off, you'll see a video light. When you press in on the joystick, click, watch what happens. Magic. you get a video light, and for camera you get a camera flash. Let's go ahead and turn it off. Mash in on the joystick again, click, turns it off. Mash that thing back down. Okay, going back down, digital effects I turn off, pre-record off, backlight control, always turn this on. So mash in on the joystick. If you mash down on the joystick, it'll take it off the bottom there. But as you can see, next to 30pf, it's on. It's backlight control. This is especially a must for outdoor recording. Exposure, you got on automatic. That's if you want to lighten up or darken up your scene while recording. Autofocus, as you can see, I left it on autofocus for you. Mic level, that's on automatic, but if you press in on joystick, click. Now, as you can see, there's a little orange bar underneath the audio level indicator. Adjust that, you mash over to the left. As you can see, now it's hot. Mash the joystick over to the right, basically turn it off. So you adjust to the volume. What you want is leave in between the 12 and the 0. So about right there. That's good. But of course you can just put it back on automatic if you want. Face detection, I laid that off because I'm not filming people. Teleconverter. This is another feature that reduces the effectiveness of the pixels in the camera. This will give you 1.7 times more zoom, but it achieves that by digital zoom, zooming in on pixels. Give you more of a digital zoom along with the optical zoom. So this, mash in on joystick, watch it crops. Now it's at 1.7 times more magnification, which, like I said, I don't like that digital look about it, so let's keep it all optical this way. So you can see your image just looks sharp and good. Go into deep menu functions here, we hit function. Program A, this is where you will want to be. This is where the camcorder makes all the decisions for you. Just like that. Shutter priority. This is if you're filming fast-paced, fast-action sports and you don't want your subjects to be all blurry. You can select a faster shutter speed, which you see indoor lighting can handle that. So go back to about 1/30th of a second should be about right. Yeah, that looks about good. Aperture priority. This allows you to control depth of field. What depth of field is how much in the foreground and how much of the background is going to be in focus. So I'll give you an example. 1.8, that's a very wide aperture opening. That's the aperture is completely wide open. So this means that very little in the foreground, which is in front of your subject, and very little of the background, which is behind the subject, is going to be in focus at this 1.8 setting. However, if you're Walt Disney, you want Mickey Mouse and the Magic Kingdom Castle behind Mickey Mouse to be in sharp focus, you'll go with F8. This is a very small aperture opening. This will allow Mickey Mouse and the Magic Kingdom Castle behind them to both be in sharp focus. So let's get out of that. My favorite, cine mode. This is a gamma light shift. It's equivalent of wearing amber colored polarized sunglasses. I use this mode exclusively. And of course you got your scene selections here. You got portrait, sports, night, snow, beach, sunset, spotlight, fireworks. Let's get out of here and go back to cine mode. Okay. Auto white balance. This is what you'll be using most of the time. However, if you have tungsten lighting, indoors lighting such as fluorescent lighting, you'll want to get the correct setting. There's tungsten, fluorescent lighting number 2, custom white balance. This is why I included a white balance card. Do is fill up as much as the screen as you possibly can with this card here. And as you can see, we're in, come on, focus. Oh, you gotta be hating on me like this. There we go. Mash in on the joystick and watch what'll happen. You'll see a flash. And as you can see, your colors don't have this weird green hue about it or orange hue about it. It's more accurately exposed, but like I said, you gotta have about like that. See, the entire scene is covered with the white balance card. And of course, when you go back outside, just go all the way back over here and click on auto white balance. There's all the custom settings I was telling you about: color depth, brightness, contrast, sharpness, back complexion. Just put it on soft focus. Let's get out of that. Digital effects off. MXP 24 megabits per second. That's what you want. Simultaneous recording. Nope. I don't want to split the effect in this. Okay. This is an in-depth menu here. Frame rate, as you can see, I've set for 30 frames per second. XV color, I have off. This garbage right here, color bar, test tone, not needed. Go across the top here. Digital zoom, off, like I said. Zoom speeds, variable. Instant autofocus. Image stabilization is on. Also, when you're shaky hands, you don't get this blurred, shaky video. Windscreen attenuation is off. Microphone attenuation is off. Like I said, I like to custom do mine. Next going over, we have self timer. Now taking pictures. Focus assist function. That's that cropping I was telling you about. That will crop in on what it is you're trying to focus on. And then when you're through trying to achieve manual focus, it'll crop back out again. So that stays on. Since assist functions off, color peaking. This is if you're trying to manually adjust the gain, the amount of light, bright you want your scene. What it is do is display. It's raining outside. What this will do is display blue zebra stripe lines on parts of the scene that's being overexposed. That's what color peaking is. And as you can see, I selected B for blue. So I know what's being overexposed and what's not. But I decided to go into manually adjust the exposure. On-screen markers off. Audio level indicator on. Back at top. This is how big you want your text. It's like small. Uh-oh. No good. Us guys in our older years appreciate large, brighter. Okay. Output on this screen displays. Leave that on. LCD brightness. Let's turn it back to factory setting, which is right here. Actually, on the joystick. LCD screen dimmer. It's on. Let's say you step outside. Oh my god, I can't see the screen. Go down to off. See? It increases the brightness. You go back indoors. Oh my god, this is like a spotlight. Now it's back on. 1080i output for the AVI jack on the back of this camcorder here. Let's go charge it. 1080i is as high as this thing goes, 2001 camcorder. But it records 1080p. Go figure, I don't know. Headphones, AV jack. Audio, video. External headphone. You can select. As you can see, I have it on AV. Custom dial. I have number 2, which is the focus. Like I said, you can assign exposure up here. Different kind of mic level, automatic gain limit controls. I like to focus. Wireless remote. I have plenty of remotes lying around. If you want one, I'll toss you one. Notification sounds. No quirky little beepy little sounds. No thank you. Power saving mode. Turn that off because you're doing a long recording, you don't want this to automatically shut off on you. So you have that option to turn it off. Quick start. Off. HDMI. I'm not fooling with that right now. Initializing the SD cards, what you want to do before you start recording. Now keep in mind, this completely erases everything on the SD card. So now everything on the SD card gets erased, and at the same time the card is now ready to use in this camcorder. File numbering, I have it to reset so it's not counting on into infinity. Date timestamp and change all that, change it. Memory card info. HMO status. Let's get out of here. Now, as I was saying, the reason why these are so cheap on Amazon is because it is very hard to find Class 4 and Class 6 SD cards, because you have to hold this camcorder into thinking that it's using a Class 4 or Class 6 SD card. At the same time, give it Wi-Fi functions. And to achieve that, what I like to do is stay on the first name basis with the lovely people at Amazon. I'm constantly there. Order these little micro SD cards. As you see, this is Class 10 U3. This is 100 megabits per second micro SD card. It comes with a full SD card adapter. Which, if you were to insert this in the camcorder, well, this old camcorder anyway, if you were to start this in there, it would not work. So, what I do is order this guy. This is a mono price SDHC, which is 32 gigabytes or less. Micro SD card adapter. This will not only give your camcorder Wi-Fi capability, but it'll also trick the camcorder into thinking this is a Class 4 or Class 6 card. So now you can transfer your videos and your still images from the camcorder over to your phone, computer, laptop, whatever. And of course, if we plug it back in here, and look at the screen, come on, focus. Ta-da! 2 hours and 57 minutes. Now the trick is, since this is an XSDHC Wi-Fi card adapter, that means that you will not be able to use your 64 gigabyte, 128 gigabyte micro SD cards, because it will not work in here. So 32 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte will work. And like I said, with 32 gigabyte, you get 2 hours and 57 minutes worth of record time. Now we'll go in the video playback mode here. This is the mode you want to be in to transfer your videos and your still images off the camcorder over to your computer, phone, whatever. See? Camcorder, camera. See, nothing on the card. Because I formatted the card and erases everything off the card. You got playlist, stop, play, pause. And if you hit function, it brings up the menus, as you can see. Well, since there's nothing on the card, it's not giving me all these other options to scroll through. Got the trash can to throw away, selected scenes. You have the ability to zoom in and out on the still image, or when you pause the video, you have the ability to zoom in and out on a certain part of the scene. You can cut and edit your recorded video. Here, I think that's make a backup recording. I believe that's what that is, to back up your recording. In here, I don't know, I guess to verify it if that's what you want to do once you make a menu selection, such as editing and cutting and how you get these cut scenes. Well, that's how you do it. And of course, you go back to camcorder mode so you can record again. Now you can record again. But like I said, you do not need a camcorder on. See, it's off now. You do not need a camcorder on to transfer your movies and your video and still images files from the camcorder to your devices. Get this right here. And of course, camcorder's on. Lens protection is still up. And like I said, this is the menu option you want to be in order to transfer your files. Otherwise, it won't transfer if you're in video mode, video record mode. So, I hope this helps you out and this wasn't too confusing. See you again Monday at work. If you have any questions, just throw a rock at me. Tell me how bad a video this was and how you're confused now. But this Wi-Fi card trick works with a lot of really old camcorders, or Canon anyway. So if you have, like, say, like this little HF 100, or this is 200 actually. I'm working on 100 as well. You can use this little trick and it'll work for you. So all y'all out there are looking for, of course this is a 1/4 inch size sensor camcorder, so it's a lot smaller. It's the baby version of the big one. So this way you don't have to go on an epic crusade trying to find class 4 and class 6 memory cards. This little gem, Easy Share or Mono Price. They both work. Anywho, on to the next camcorder instructional video from my mom. Alright, let me end this and get out of here so I can get started on the next one. Alright, bye.